Now, I know that it sounds strange to suggest you should be thinking about conserving water now when it's raining, but it makes an awful lot of sense that if you're going to collect water to use in your garden a bit later in summer, that you do it at this time of the year. But how do you do it? This garden in Kew, Melbourne is a classic example of what's possible. It has 10 2,000 litre ultra slim blue scope water tanks. Whilst you're not likely to set up a system that holds that much at any one time, if you did, you wouldn't require any additional scheme water at all for your garden. These blue scope water rainwater tanks are made right here in Australia from Australian-made aquaplate steel. They come in a whole range of ColourBond colours to suit pretty much any outdoor decor. And they're also available in the good old galvanised finish. Now, these ones here are actually plumbed in from the roof to water the garden, but they could be equally plumbed back into the house so that you could do things like flush toilets. Using the rainwater that runs off our roof is sensible in more ways than one. Firstly, you stop the water flushing into stormwater drains and being wasted by being sent into rivers and streams, instead of soaking into the ground eventually as it would have done naturally. With so many roofs and widespread hardstand in our cities all draining to stormwater, this wasted water is a massive lost resource, and one that could leave you using more water as the rain that would normally have replenished the aquifer underneath your garden is wasted. Now, the second thing to remember is that without a regular water supply, you cannot have a beautiful garden. So capturing the rainfall of the winter and then using it again in the summer months makes an awful lot of sense. When it comes to the type of tank you need, select the tank for the space you have. This innovative technique of using the tanks as a fence barrier is very clever. Tanks that are oblong like this can also be used under eaves along narrow spaces or as the backdrop to the garden. Sometime soon, just about every new home in Australia will have to capture every drop of water that falls on the footprint of the house and then reuse it in a way that's going to reduce demand on the scheme water supply. So if we all better utilise spare spaces in the garden by installing rainwater collection systems, we'd not only reduce our water bills, we'd also reduce our environmental footprint and increase our property's value. It sort of makes sense, doesn't it?